You can't deny it. It was amazing! The helicopter ride? Well, let's just say it was pretty intense. Carla hadn't piloted a plane for years, and I admit my palms were a bit sweaty. But the important thing is that she got us to the part of Arizona where the Hopi people live. We thought we'd find more information on the weird crucifix there. Fortunately, I got the crucifix back along with the rest of my stuff when I went into the cabin to save Gina. And luckily the girls had all their wardrobe with them so they could lend Gina and me some clothes. We knew it'd be great to put on clothing better adapted to the part of the desert we were headed for.
Be careful, you guys.
You gals.
We won't forget you either. Bye!
Well, we're on our own.
You got a problem with that? Being alone?
Of course not, silly.
Hey, don't get mad.
Come on, let's not waste any time.
Maybe we'll get lucky and run across an act.
I doubt it, but you never know. Wait, my bootlace came untied. I'll catch up with you.
I'm gonna take a look from up there.
Hey! Gina! 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 No!
Feeling sorry is not the answer.
Hey! Who are you? I didn't hear you come.
I am Wupuchim.
How do you know all this? I don't...
I did, of course.
That's incredible!
Show me the object.
This is it!
My young friend, this is
A key? But it's not...
the way you are holding it in your hand.
Oh... Well, it sure looks like a key now. And
It is the key to the sacred hole.
the sacred crypt? And where is...
Right across from our village.
Oh. And could you tell me how to...
The sacred key went to you.
Well, I think there's something I should tell you. It's not mine. Hey! He disappeared! Now how did he leave? Great. I have a good view. Wow, this place looks like something out of a John Ford movie. You've got your hotel, your sheriff's office, the typical saloon from the Old West, and there's even an old derailed steam-powered locomotive at the end of town. Wait, stop, don't shoot.
Who are you, and what are you doing in my town? And put up your hands so I can see them.
Hey, hold your horses. I've come in peace. Look, my name is Brian, and I'm a bit lost around here. Can you help me out?
Well, okay. I guess you're not lying. Come in and we can chat. So, you say you're lost, huh?
Well, maybe you can tell me how you got here then.
Well, the truth is, I'm not totally lost. I'm trying to find a Hopi village that used to be inhabited somewhere in this region. I came into this town hoping to find information on its exact location.
The Hopi village. Are you an archaeologist or something like that?
No, I know nothing about archaeology. I need to find it for another reason.
You don't look like an archaeologist, to tell you the truth. Though I suppose they don't all carry whips and wear hats.
Oh, give it a rest, please. Do you know where that Hopi village is or not?
This may sound strange, but the history of this town, Douglasville, is very closely related to the history of that Hopi village.
Really? In what way? Please explain.
Well, it's kind of a long story. Okay, well, here it goes. This village was founded by my great-grandfather, James Theodore Douglas. He was the owner of a gold mine nearby, and in the beginning, Douglasville was nothing more than a mining camp, but it grew bit by bit until turning into a flourishing town. Everyone was prosperous thanks to the huge profits of the mine, and my great-grandfather even got the railroad to run through Douglasville. However, something happened that tragically changed the town's fate. The mine and the mine shafts just kept growing and growing until one of them, the one with the largest vein of gold, bumped into something totally unexpected. The Hopi village.
Really? So what happened?
The inevitable. The Indians weren't willing to let white men ravage their lands. And J.T. Douglas wasn't the kind of man who would give up a fortune just because some Indians got in his way, so there was a bloodbath. It looked pretty bad for the Indians. They didn't have much to fight with, and a lot of them died. But then, something amazing changed everything. The Hopi tribe's medicine man came into Douglasville one morning at dawn, stood in the middle of town, and cast a terrible spell on it, the mine, and all the white men that might try to take over Hopi lands. They killed him on the spot, but not before the curse took effect.
What do you mean by that? What happened?
The mine inexplicably ran out of gold overnight, and not one more nugget of gold was ever taken out. The people in town started to catch a strange disease that the doctor couldn't cure. Whole families were driven out of Douglasville in fear, trying to get away from the curse. The final straw was when the train derailed. It went out of control through the town, destroying everything in its path. Its last obstacle was the Douglasville Bank, which it plowed into like a wild buffalo. As you might suspect, J.T. Douglas owned the bank, too. That's where he was sitting in his fancy red French armchair brought in straight from Paris when 50 tons of iron flattened him. Once my great-grandfather had died, the few people left in town were hot on their heels to get out of Douglasville, making it a ghost town.
That's a fascinating story. And you say you're the great-granddaughter of this J.T. Douglas?
Yes, I am. By the way, my name is Sushi Douglas, and this town is really mine. The deed to it has been passed down from generation to generation until reaching me. And I was the first person to use it a year and a half ago. I came here to live with 2 friends, Kevin and Rutger, but up to then, it was completely abandoned.
The 3 of you live here alone? No way! Wow, Sushi. I can see you're really informed about the history of the region. So, I bet you can indicate the way to the remains of the Hopi village, right?
Well, actually, I can't. The mine was sealed when all that stuff I told you about happened, and from the outside, I have absolutely no idea how to reach the Hopi village.
So, do you think I could get to the Hopi village by going through the mine?
If you knew the directions to follow through the mine shafts, you surely could.
Do you know your way through the mine shafts to reach the Hopi village?
Me? Not a chance. I've never gone into that old mine.
I thought you might have an old map of the mine.
No, I don't have any maps of it. Let me think. I guess that if a map exists, it would be in the town bank. Probably inside the safe.
Do you really think the mine ran dry because of the Hopi medicine man's curse?
Well, I neither believe it nor deny it. What I do know is that the mine ran out of gold, even though such a thing seemed totally impossible days before. Not something very normal, don't you think?
Could you tell me the whole story of Douglasville?
Again? Well, it's kind of this village, but however, the
Really? So what?
the end, the end,
What?
the people, the final, as you once.
Why did Kevin, Rucker, and you come live out here?
It was my idea. I felt the need for total isolation so I could devote myself to my greatest passion. They had similar concerns. So here we are.
So, what's your passion?
Computers and the whole world of technology surrounding them. I'm pretty good at it, you know?
I'm going to continue on my search. Thanks for all your help, Sushi. See you later.
See ya, and good luck.
Let's see. Way at the end, I see a cell, and I can't believe my eyes. There's a dead body. Oh, man. That guy must have been rotting away for 100 years. All right. I don't think anyone will need them to light up the stove. 5 nice... Whoa! The bank sure is a mess. I see the locomotive really wrecked the place when it derailed and smashed into the bank. I really don't see anything useful, though that metallic object could come in handy. Okay, I'll take it. Whoa! I bet this was J.T. Douglas's desk. BD. A big piece of the floor is missing. A blunt object must have fallen down and made that hole. I don't see why I would want to go in there. Hi, Sushi.
Hi, Brian. How's it going? Did you find out anything else?
I'm working on it. You see, there's something I want to talk to you about.
Shoot.
It's about your great-grandfather's mine.
Sure, what is it?
Well, forget about...
Whatever.
It's about the safe in the bank.
What about it?
I've been sifting around the ruins of the bank, and I didn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, well, it wasn't on the upper floor. I believe it was in the basement of the bank. You know, to be on the safe side. The bad thing is, the way into the basement was completely blocked when the locomotive crashed into the building.
Hey, there's a dead body inside of a cell in the sheriff's office.
Yeah, it's been there for over a century.
Who was it?
The town doctor. Apparently, he was a drunkard, and a kid died because of him. He was in jail waiting for his trial when the train derailed.
Don't you think you should take him out and bury him properly?
Well, the door was locked, and the way I look at it, that cell is the closest that guy ever got to a grave. I don't think it'd do any good to bury him at this point. And that cell is kind of like having your own pantheon.
How could they let him die there in such a cruel way?
The sheriff had a key to the cell, and he also died the day the train derailed. Legend has it someone warned everyone that the train was speeding toward the town out of control with nobody at the helm. The sheriff rode out to where the train was and managed to climb into the driver's cab of the locomotive, but a stroke of bad luck made him fall into the boiler. The guy was burned up alive and failed to stop the train. And as I already told you, due to the derailment, everyone fled town, and nobody even thought about releasing the drunk doctor who had caused the death of a child.
Back up a bit.
Yes?
I'm going to continue on my search. Thanks for all your help, Sushi. See you later.
See ya, and good luck.
Okay, let's make a real Clint Eastwood entrance. Hey, how cool. An automatic door opening system. And they say the Old West was wild and dangerous. Well, well, wow. This looks like a botanical garden. Okay. Maybe I'll find some. Let's see what I find here. It's a sort of shed stocked with a wide range of gardening tools. Seeds, tools, chemicals, that kind of stuff. Let's see. These... Hey! Hey, pal.
Hi, who are you?
My name's Brian. Brian Basco.
I'm Kevin, but everyone calls me Saturn. Nice to meet you, BB.
BB?
Those are your initials, right? I could just tell you go by BB right away. It was logical, what with your name.
Well, to tell you the truth, no one's ever caught.
So tell me, BB, you planning on moving to these parts? Have you spoken with Sushi about this? What kind of artist are you?
No, I don't plan on staying. I'm just passing through.
Oh, well, that's something unusual, isn't it? I mean, not many people come around here just for the heck of it.
Well, I'm trying to find the remains of a Hopi village.
The old Indian village? Yeah, I've heard of it.
Do you have any idea where exactly it might be located?
Actually, I don't, which is odd because I'm quite familiar with the area. I often go out exploring to find raw materials for my inventions, and I've never come across the slightest sign of that Hopi village.
Do you know of anyone who could tell me the story of that village?
Let me think. I don't know. I think Sushi may have some documents from her great-grandfather. They might mention the Hopi village. Of course, Rutger hasn't got a clue, although you never know. And, Mama Dorita could know something.
That story about Sushi owning Douglasville is true then, huh?
Oh yes, the whole town belonged to her great-grandfather. Then it was passed down from generation to generation until Sushi inherited it from her father. I met Sushi on the internet through a chat room. We got along really well and became friends quite fast. When she proposed the idea of moving away to this town to live at peace with our creative spirits, well, I didn't think twice.
I haven't met Rutger yet.
Well, he's out of town. He told me he was going on an expedition in search of plants and roots. When you meet him, you'll see what a swell guy he is. He joined up with us to move out here so he could devote himself fully to his great passion, botanical gardening.
What do you know about Mama Dorita?
Well, I've only seen her on one occasion. I got her to give me an appointment to see if she could do something about my lack of inspiration. It didn't work. According to her, I lacked faith. But really, I didn't think swallowing a live spider bathed in coyote brains was going to solve my problems.
That thing you're working on is totally interesting.
This ensemble? I assure you it's not one of my best works. My inspiration hasn't been up to par lately, you know? I just don't seem to be getting any ideas.
Listen, about the Hopi village I'm looking for,
Yes, what is it?
do you know any descendants of the Hopis that live around here?
No, not a one. Though, yes, wait. I remember that Rutger told me he found a Hopi Indian in the middle of the desert one day. He said it was a very old man covered with wrinkles who claimed to be the last of the Hopi chiefs. But knowing Rutger, I wouldn't be surprised if he'd hallucinated the whole scene.
This workshop's impressive. I see that besides an artist, you're quite an inventor.
Yes, I like to think of myself as a modern-day Leonardo da Vinci. I combine art and science in my creations because both combined are my whole raison d'etre.
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir.
Adieu.
Let's see how in the world this works. Whoa!
Hey, what have you done? Get your hands off my catapult.
Sorry, I didn't know what it was.
Well, the next time you don't know what something is, don't touch it. You wasted a whole unopened bucket of paint. Damn the day I decided to build that catapult.
Hey, chill out, dude. I won't touch anything else.
I hope not.
The rubble and dirt are covering up most of the hole. I don't think I'll manage to get down to the basement. It's undoubtedly the bucket of paint I launched with the catapult. No, I'd get paint all over me. Anyway, it's totally empty and won't do Saturn any good if I return it to him that way. This must have been a supply wagon, because it has some sort of strap attached to an iron ring at the edge. And there are more similar rings at each end of the wagon on both sides. I bet the strap passed through all of those rings over the goods to keep them from moving around on those dusty, bumpy old roads. Okay, I'll cut right next to the iron ring. That way I'll get most of the whole strap. It must be this house looks Mexican, and there's a huge guy in the doorway. I don't know. He seems to be keeping guard, but he looks like a nice guy. I'll go talk to him to see what happens.
Howdy, partner. What brings you to these parts? What do you want from Mama Dorita?
Mama Dorita? No, look, I'm searching for the remains of a Hopi village. I know it was around this area somewhere. By the way, my name is Brian.
An Indian village?
Yeah, Hopi to be exact.
Well, I reckon there's an old ghost town called Douglasville, and now there's a bunch of hippies living there.
No, I've been through there already. Douglasville is not the town I'm looking for. Thanks anyway, though.
Well, pal, I never heard of any other abandoned villages around here.
You think Mama Dorita could help me?
Sorry, but I doubt it. Mama Dorita helps people with other types of problems.
Other types of problems?
Yeah, she's in contact with the other side.
The other side? You mean she talks to dead people?
Yup, she's mastered the arts of voodoo, soothsaying, and Santeria. And she's a healer, too.
I'd love to meet her. Maybe she might know something about the Hopi village.
No way. Mama Dorita doesn't do that kind of thing. Look for a good archaeologist, pal.
Friend.
What's up, kid?
I'd like to see Mama Dorita.
I told you that can't be. She can't help you with your problem, pal. I'm sorry. When you have other troubles, the ones Mama Dorita can fix up, don't you hesitate to come around.
I see you like gum. You're always chewing some.
Oh, that's not gum. It's menthol chewing tobacco. I can't resist it, you know. Helps me pass the time.
What did you do before working for Mama Dorita?
Well, I don't like to think about my past. All I can tell you is that I'm not real proud of some of the things I did. Luckily, Mama Dorita came into my life like a shining light and gave it all new meaning. Now my only mission is to serve Mama Dorita.
Well, I'll just go on my way here.
All right, me too.
I wonder what that's for. Maybe Mama Dorita has a cat and she puts its food there. I may be needing this. It's made of clay. Well, well, isn't that unusual? It's got a hole in the middle, like a donut. Okie dokie. I like it. Wow! That crater is really big. Jeez! Someone's camping down there, right at the edge of the crater. I'll go down and see who it is. Hello? Hey, friend. Hi.
Yo! Nah! It's impossible! I can't get them to open the door!
Them? Who are they?
Them! You know! Extraterrestrials!
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, who are you and what are you doing here? Are you looking for them, like me?
No. My name's Brian, and I'm searching for an old Indian village.
Ryan? You know the meaning of that name?
No, I don't. What is it?
I haven't a clue. But my name is Joshua, and it means liberation. That's something to think about, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's real interesting.
I know. Well, now that I think about it, they must have sent you here to help make my communication machine work.
Really, my friend, no one sent me.
Just because you're not conscious of it doesn't mean they didn't bring you here. Either I'm way off here, or just a few days ago, you never would have imagined you'd be here at the foot of this crater, right?
Well, that is true, but it's all because of...
So, I was right. See? That's how they do things. That's something to think about, isn't it?
You wouldn't know where I can find the remains of that Hopi village I'm looking for, would you?
The Indian village? No, I don't have the slightest clue. But as soon as I communicate telepathically with Trantor, I can ask. These aliens know everything.
So, what brought you here? To this crater, I mean.
This is not just any crater. People just blindly believe whatever those so-called modern scientists tell them. They say that the crater was formed by a crashing meteorite that fell here millions and millions of years ago. That's a bunch of baloney, I say. However, I know the truth. The crater was formed when a Trantorian ship landed here.
You know, about what you told me when I arrived.
Yeah? What?
What door were you referring to when you said you couldn't get them to open it?
To the dimensional door between Earth and Trantor. That's why they came here that time they landed with their spacecraft. They're setting up dimensional doors on hundreds of planets all over the universe. And the one on Earth is right here. A total trip, huh, dude?
What is the communication machine exactly?
It's all this stuff I have set up on top of the trailer. I built it myself and christened it with the name Communication Machine because I plan on using it to open the dimensional door and come in physical contact with a Trantorian.
Why did you tell me to help you make it run? Is it broken?
Yeah, after getting here and setting everything up, I ran into some bad luck. It had hardly been running for an hour when the machine ran out of energy and stopped working. I took off the plate covering the rotor and checked out the battery that makes it spin, but I can't find what's wrong. The battery looks like it's in one piece. I just don't get it. All I can tell is that if the rotor doesn't spin, it doesn't produce energy. And without any energy, the machine is useless hunk of junk.
How can I help you make the communication machine work?
I'm not sure. The thing is, we need energy for the machine, and the energy is produced when the rotor spins.
How does the machine work exactly?
Basically, the machine is a sort of amplifier that can emit sounds at a specific frequency. It has a keyboard attached with 7 buttons to play the 7 musical notes. Using my telepathic contacts, I have been told that a way to activate the dimensional door is to play a combination of 5 notes at a frequency revealed only to me. Pretty fascinating, isn't it?
What's that panel of spotlights behind there for?
Each spotlight goes with one of the musical notes. When you play the note, the matching spotlight turns on. But the truth is, they don't really do anything. What I mean is, you don't need them to activate the dimensional door. But I saw something like them in a movie, and I thought the communication machine looked much more hip with them.
What's that strange device you're wearing on your head?
You mean my telepathic helmet? It's a telepathic empowerment device that multiplies a human being's telepathic abilities 2,000 or 3,000-fold. I use it to communicate with Trantor. You got to be careful. When you wear this, you run the risk of going crazy because a lot of ideas flash through your brain. There are millions of telepathic messages people give off all the time without realizing it. Fortunately, I can clearly distinguish telepathic messages from Trantor and run no risk of losing my marbles.
Well, I'll let you get back to work. We can talk later.
Whenever you want, kid.
Nice device. It's one of those dirt bikes that'll go just about anywhere. That doesn't make... Yes! We can place the strap between the back wheel of the motorcycle and the rotor on the communication machine. That way, while the wheel is lifted off the ground, I can start up the motorcycle and make the spinning wheel turn the rotor, providing energy to the communication machine. There's just one detail missing. I have to join the ends of the strap together to get the invention to work. Of course! Joshua?
Yes?
I came up with an idea to make your communication machine work.
Seriously? That is excellent! Explain it to me, boy.
Look, I thought you could place a strap between the back wheel of the motorcycle and the rotor of your machine. Afterward, we rev up the motorcycle's engine and put it into gear. The wheel will pull on the strap as it spins and...
Oh, yes. I understand now. Great idea, young man. You're not as dumb as you looked after all. Just one thing. Do you have that strap?
I've got it. You'll put it in place, won't you?
Oh, yes. That is right up my alley. Just leave the strap next to the motorcycle, and I'll do it in 5 minutes. The thing is, right when you talked to me, I had just tuned in a telepathic message from Trantor that I simply must decipher before I forget it.
As you wish, but don't take too long. Well, let's hope he can get this show on the road. I'm dying to check whether my idea works. Oh man, I see Joshua hasn't put the strap in place yet. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Joshua,
Yes?
how come you haven't put the strap in place yet?
Look, there is one small problem. Logically, I can't put in the strap without taking apart the motorcycle wheel. And I can't take apart the motorcycle wheel because I need a number 10 wrench, which I don't have.
Oh, brother. Now I get it. I've been such an idiot. I shouldn't have joined the ends of the strap until I put it on the wheel. The bad thing is, I can't cut the strap again and restaple it, since it'd be too short. What's worse, I don't have any staples left. Okay, Joshua, don't worry. I'll get us a number 10 wrench and bring it to you.
Okay, I trust you, sonny boy.
Hey, Saturn.
What?
You see, mon ami, there's something I wanted to ask you.
If it's in my power to help,
Could you lend me a number 10 wrench?
sure. Take it from the set of tools hanging on the wall.
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir.
Adieu.
Let's see. Here on the left are the wrenches. Shoot! Just the one I need is missing, the number 10. Hey, Saturn,
What's up now, BB?
the number 10 wrench is missing.
Impossible. It's gotta be... Hey, wait, you're right. I used it before and left it here in my pocket. Here. Kid, your reflexes are shot, you know? Well, don't worry. The wrench must be down there, in the street. You just have to go down and get it.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I don't see the wrench anywhere. Ugh. I'm afraid I figured out where it is. It's fallen into that disgusting trough. Okay, who's the sucker that's gonna stick his hand in there? Sorry, but I'll have to find some other way to get that out of there. 'Cause I am not sticking my hand in. It's a sanding block. Kevin must have dropped it. All right, better not leave it lying there. I'm sure Kevin will be... Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll drop the pot on the trough, and with a bit of luck, the wrench will come flying out. I can't tell if it worked from up here. I need to go down and check. Great! There's that dumb wrench. It's finally mine! Joshua,
Yes?
I've got the number 10 wrench.
Oh, excellent! Leave it by the strap. I'll take care of it right away. But give me 5 minutes. I was just receiving a telepathic message from Trantor.
Oh, all right, whatever. Okay, let's hope Joshua puts my plan into action. Great, now the strap is on. Joshua,
Yes?
I see you put that strap on. Did you see if the invention works?
Sorry, kid. We're out of luck. The motorcycle doesn't have one drop of gas left.
Just what I needed. Wait, let's not get desperate. We can find some gasoline.
That's what I like to see. Initiative. I know you will get it. And with your help, I'll achieve my goal.
Hey, Saturn.
What?
You see, mon ami, there's something I wanted to ask you.
If it's in my power to help.
Can I take that tank you've got over there? It's filled with gasoline, isn't it?
Yes, it's gasoline, but I'm afraid I can't give it to you. You see, when we came to this town, we agreed on a set of rules. One was that we didn't even want to hear about money. Nobody buys or sells anything here. What we do is use the noble old system of bartering. If you want something of mine, you have to give me something of yours in exchange. If what you want is a loan of something that's not perishable, no problem. We're just as generous as the next guy. But if it's something you can't return because using it means it will disappear, well, in that case, you have to give something in exchange. And I don't think I have to tell you that's the way it'll work with that tank of gasoline.
Okay, I get it. And what might I offer you in exchange for your tank of gas?
Look, one thing has occurred to me. You could give me a piece of art you've made. I love collecting works by other artists, you know. It's quite enriching.
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir.
Adieu.
Polish the stone? All right, I don't want to give it up, but maybe I can get Saturn to exchange it for the tank of gas. Saturn! Hey, Saturn! I brought you a first-rate work of art. It's a small sculpture I've carved in stone.
What does it portray?
What does it portray? Well, it portrays the fragility of mankind and the savage environment that surrounds us.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a lovely piece, and I hate to lose it, but I'd give it to you in exchange for the tank of gas.
Well, I really understand the concept and all, and I like it, but it seems like an unfinished work, like a diamond in the rough. Work on it a bit more, and we'll talk.
Whatever you say. You're the big artist. Shoot, it didn't work. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can get him to trade it for the tank of gas. Saturn! I fixed up the sculpture a bit, and now I think you're really going to be delighted with it. How's this? Museum quality, huh?
Yes, I can distinguish some softer nuances. The man has evolved. His delicacy in the surrounding environment is apparent. But he's trying to camouflage himself by blending in with progress. That's the idea you're trying to convey, am I right?
That's exactly it. You understand my ideas perfectly. So, are you interested in it? You can have the sculpture, and I take your gas tank and...
No, it still appears to be an incomplete work, like a house without a roof. When you achieve total mastery, we'll talk about the deal.
Oh, all right. That's fine. This guy's one hard egg to crack. All right, I don't want to give it... Okay, let's see if I can make the deal this time around. Saturn, observe my sculpture now. Thanks to your advice, I think I've created a true masterpiece. What do you think?
Oh, the light. The divine elements symbolized by light. Of course, in spite of it all, man cannot bear his fragility and needs to create a superior being that gives greater meaning to his existence. That is the point, isn't it?
Exactly, you figured it out. Do we have a deal?
Do one thing for me. Place the sculpture in front of the door to the balcony. The sun will become the final element from which man imbibes the light that shelters him.
Whatever you say.
Yes, truly majestic. Don't move it. That's the perfect spot.
Okay, then I get the tank of gas, right?
Yes, it's yours. Oh, but there's one thing I forgot to tell you. That isn't any normal, everyday gasoline. It's concentrated gasoline that I make myself. In order for it to work, you have to mix it with water. The formula is simple. For every liter of water, you put in 40 cc's of concentrated gasoline. It is vital for the mixture to be exact.
Yeah, and do you have any measuring tubes to calculate the exact amounts?
Well, look, there's one small problem. My 40 cc measuring tube broke the other day, and I haven't bought a new one yet. But don't worry, next to the gas tank, there's a 1-liter bottle and 2 measuring tubes. You can use that to make the mixture.
If you say so. The tank is finally... And the bottle and measuring tubes? Let's see if I can use... I'd rather ask Saturn whether I can have his water. Hey, Saturn!
What?
You see, mon ami, there's something I wanted to ask you.
If it's in my power to help.
Can I take a bit of water from the machine?
Go ahead. You can't say no to giving someone water. Take all you need.
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir!
Adieu.
All right! To the mark! Okay. Okay, I'll fill it right up. Done. Okay, I'll fill it right up. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's fill that tank and see if we can finally implement my plan. Ready. I'll tell Joshua the motorcycle's prepared. Joshua!
Yes?
The motorcycle has gas now, so let's put the plan in motion.
Stupendous! I knew you would not let me down. Let me tell you what we're going to do. I'll take care of starting up the motorcycle. As soon as the wheels start spinning, go up to the switch on the communication machine. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then go stand by the switch.
It works!
Amazing! We did it, young man. I knew my idea with the strap would work.
Hey, it was my idea.
Hey, let's forget about that. Now, I need you to help me figure out the combination to open the dimensional door. I need you, kid. Don't fail me now.
Well, all right. What do I have to do?
Look, I discovered that the spot where I achieved the greatest telepathic communication is down there, in the middle of the crater. I'll go down there, and you push the keys for the musical note. That way, I will receive telepathic signals which will indicate to me whether the combination is correct or not. The only thing that you must remember is that the combination is made up of 5 different notes. You understand this, don't you? You cannot repeat the same note twice in any combination either.
Got it. Different sets of notes, but without repeating any note twice in a combination of 5 notes.
You are one smart little whippersnapper. Come on, Trantor's people are expecting me. Ready? Hit it, Sonny.
That noise! What a trip! There's an intense light covering the center of the crater. I can't see Joshua.
Ryan, this is unbelievable. Just amazing, kid. It's remarkable. Farewell. You can't believe all the love I'm taking with me.
But what's going on? That strange noise stopped and the light disappeared. But I can't find Joshua anywhere. I'm going down into that crater to see what happened. Unbelievable. The only thing Joshua left behind is that black mark on the ground and his telepathic helmet. Oh well, I don't think we'll be seeing Joshua again. I hope wherever he may be, he's resting in, well, that he found what he was looking for. All right, Joshua won't be needing it any longer. The truth is... Wow, the communication machine stopped working. Well, I suppose the motorcycle used up all the gas. This... Okay, I don't think Joshua will care anymore. Let's see what I find in here. Yeah! Oh man! This is the mine that killed Gina! And right when I was starting to... Well, let's not think about that. I've got to concentrate on solving this mystery. I owe it to Gina. If I could move that stone away from the entrance, I might find the Hopi village through the mine. That is one big rock. I can't get it to budge an inch. I think it's an oil can. A bit heavy, but... It looks pretty deep. I can't see to the bottom. Hey, Saturn!
What?
You see, mon ami, there's something I wanted to ask you.
If it's in my power to help.
Hey, those enormous rocks you use for your stone sculptures. How do you manage to bring them here? Do you have some sort of moving crane?
No, it's much simpler than that. I get the help of Oscar, Mama Dorita's disciple. He's amazingly strong and can move stones that weigh hundreds of pounds all by himself. In exchange for helping me with that, I give him menthol chewing tobacco that Rutger whips up for me. That big powerhouse just loves to chew tobacco, you know?
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir.
Adieu.
Saturn, I found the answer to your inspirational crisis.
Really? What is it?
It's a helmet that creates ideas. It stimulates brain activity in an incredible way. You'll see. It'll make hundreds of ideas pop into your mind. Here, put it on.
Let's see. Yeah, I can feel something. Oh. Oh. Wow. I've never felt so amazingly inspired in my whole life. I've got to sculpt what will be my greatest work ever. I'm going out right now to get the perfect stone. Thanks, Brian. I really owe you one.
No problem, man. And good luck. Now, how about that? In the end, it'll turn out that the helmet actually works. Anyway, I hope Saturn doesn't become like Joshua. Okay, Saturn owes me one anyway. It's very light. Okay. Ready. It's... I can't imagine the havoc that locomotive wreaked the day it derailed and annihilated everything in its path. Huh. Reminds me of a model I got for Christmas one year. Yep, it's almost exactly alike. There's the smokestack, and to the left is a spout where you fill the water tank, and further to the left is the whistle next to the engineer's cab. Okay, I'll empty the oil can into the tank of the locomotive. Okay. Ready. It's... There we go. Let's fill that tank up a bit more. Okay. Ready. There we go. Let's fill that... Okay. Ready. we go. Let's fill that tank up a bit. That's where you put... Okay. Ready. It's... Ah, yeah. These dried tobacco... There we go. Let's fill that tank up a bit more. I could try to go in through the hole next to the broken part of the roof, but I'd almost rather go up to the side and enter through the window there. Okay, let's see what's in here. It has no firewood or other fuel inside. Well, all right. These logs will make first-class fuel. Yes, now is the time. Careful there. I don't want to burn my hand off. Okay, this is starting to work. I'd say it's the one that releases water from the tank if the boiler doesn't have enough. I think that's the lever that... I think the steam isn't coming in because there's... That's the wheel used to increase pressure in the boiler. Okay, I'll turn the wheel once. I don't want to overdo it with the pressure and make the boiler blow apart while I'm in here. Great! Now I think there's enough pressure. Yes, a burst of steam blasted out. I think with one big leap I can reach the window. It must have flown out with the steam through the locomotive smokestack. And from the look of it, I bet I know what key it is. I hope the heat from the... I hope the locomotive boiler didn't deform it and it still works. Wonderful! It opened right away. I don't think I'll take it. If I carry it around, people will think it's me that reeks. I should look around anyway, though, in case there's something I might need. Hey, Oscar.
What's up, kid?
I need your help.
What can I do for you?
Well, it's a huge rock I need moved.
Sorry, guy. Oh, shucks.
Well, I'll just go on my way here.
All right, me too.
That'd be an odd. Put tobacco. Hey, Oscar.
What's up?
I need your help.
What can I do for you?
Well, it's a huge rock I need moved.
I already told you I can't. My regrets.
I see you like gum. You're always chewing some.
Oh, that's not gum. It's menthol chewing tobacco. I can't resist it, you know. Helps me pass the time.
Well, I'll just go on my way here.
All right, me too.
I suppose a lot of the paint has come off the clay. I don't smoke. Dr. Marceau's Put tobacco. Yeah, but yeah, that way I put tobacco. Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. You won't get anywhere. Yeah, I don't think it would be the bottle. Put tobacco. Yeah. Sure, great idea. Yes. What for? Oscar, brought you some of that chewing tobacco you love so much.
Really?
Of course, partner. Here you go.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
No sweat, man. That's what friends are for. And we are friends, aren't we?
Of course we are. I needed that tobacco like a lost man needs water in the Mojave. 'Cause the last shipment Saturn brought me was running out. I owe you one.
Now I've got him wrapped around my little finger. Friend,
What's up, kid?
I need your help.
What can I do for you?
Well, it's a huge rock I need moved.
Well, of course. I love doing favors for my friends.
Wonderful. Let's go.
So this is the rock I gotta move, huh?
Yeah, it must weigh a ton. You think you can push it out of the way so I can enter the mine?
This little marble? Of course, partner. Piece of cake. There you go. Is that okay?
That's perfect, Oscar. Thanks, pal. You're strong as an ox.
No problem. I like doing favors for my buddies. I'm out of here. I gotta mosey back to Mama Dorita's in case she needs me.
All right, guy. Thanks a lot and see you around.
Happy trails. And be careful if you're planning on going down that old mine.
That Oscar, what a nice guy. I'm glad he's on my side and not somebody else's. Okay, let's take one more peek to see what I can find. There's some medical... Okay, let's take advantage of the fact that Saturn's out. After all, what you don't see can't hurt you. Here's the deal. I'll move the statue onto the catapult. There we go. Now let's lower it down carefully. Perfect. Now it's placed right where I want it on the catapult. All right. I hope the statue lands in the same spot as the paint bucket. Let it fly! There we go. hope Saturn doesn't miss the statue. Great. Just what I was expecting. A hole is opened up in the floor leading to the basement of the bank. Here we go. I can use the statue as a ladder. Good. I've made it into the basement of the bank, which is where the safe is located, like Sushi said. It's locked. I'll have to use the right combination to open it. I can't move that. It's really... Okay, let's take one more peek to see what I can find. Yeah, great idea. That always works in the movies. Here we go. Okay, I guess I'll turn the dial Ha! That... Yes, I've got it! And the third number. Let's see what I can find inside of this thing. Well, there are piles of old documents and a map of the mine. Finally! Excellent! The site of the Hopi village. Even if I end up having to re-enter the combination, I think it'd be better to close the safe. All right, I've got everything I need to walk around the mine shafts until I find the Hopi village. Let's go in. I hope I get lucky for once.